Hi guys, welcome to this new video. In today's video, we're gonna talk about finding a job in Vietnam. We are currently on the new bridge between Thu Thiem and District 1. We are in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City, and that's show you the development that is going on in Vietnam. So if you guys are interested into coming to Vietnam to find a job, in this video we're going to discuss about everything. So Vietnam economy has been booming over the last years, and I bring you to that exact bridge because I think it really shows the dynamism of the economy and all the opportunities that you can catch as a foreigner. So actually Vietnam is looking to hire more foreign talents years after years, and because right now we are just after this global pandemic, there are going to be a lot of opportunities to catch up and to jump into in 2022 and beyond. So in this video, we're going to go through the different types of job you can find in Vietnam. We're going to explain you as well the main requirements that are asked by the HR and then the key decision makers of companies that may want to hire your profile. And in the last part of the video, I'm going to share you some insights, some advice so you can get started, save time and maximize your job hunt in Vietnam. So there is a lot of sectors that are hiring foreigners in Vietnam. The first sector is everything related to IT, digital, and everything related to software development. Vietnam is a main hub to do outsourcing, but as well a lot of tech companies are coming to Vietnam either to attack the Asian market or just to build a tech team here to sell software overseas. So if you are in that kind of field, you have a lot of jobs opportunities available in Vietnam. The second business sector is everything related to education, because Vietnam is an emerging market. You have a lot to catch up in that industry. So there is a lot of English sector popping up everywhere in the country. So if you are, for instance, a native English speaker, you have jobs available in Vietnam. Then the third business sector is everything related to manufacturing. Vietnam is well known as the new tiger of Asia. You have a lot of companies relocating from China to Vietnam. So obviously in the whole supply chain, from making the goods in the factory, quality control, all the supply chain, you have jobs available. You have also job available for export. So if manufacturing, sourcing and exports are your major, you may be able to find a job in Vietnam. You have also some options as a freelancer, but this may be a little bit tricky because you may not be able to get easily long-term visa. But if you are already having some clients overseas, it can be interesting to come to Vietnam, investigate the local market, probably build some relationship with some local companies and see how you can sell your services or products in Vietnam. But because right now we are just after the global pandemic, you have a lot of other business sectors that are hiring foreigners in Vietnam. The most popular one can be the tourism industry. So now you have the whole picture about the job opportunities in Vietnam. But again, do your own research. I don't know the field you are currently working on, your experience and then your diploma, but you may find the exact same kind of job that you have overseas and you would be able to work here in Vietnam. So now we come to the requirements to be able to fit and to match the Vietnamese standard. Basically here, local and foreign companies are looking to hire people who have at least a bachelor degree and 3 to 5 years experience in a certain field. This may be a little bit tweakable in the future. It really depends which person you are working for, if it's a big company or if it's a small company in Vietnam. But keep in mind having a bachelor degree and at least 3 years of experience. It may change in the future, so be updated about the next requirements that may be implemented later. If you are someone who is a freelancer, you can use a BPO, that is a business process outsourcing. Basically, you will have a payroll company in Vietnam that will be in charge of getting you the work permit, the long-term visa, and your foreign company will pay that company located here, and you will be able to work here legally in Vietnam. So this is a very big question, and I want to discuss a little bit more about the salary you can get in Vietnam. This is a crunchy question that many foreigners may have. They want to know how much they can earn in Vietnam, living here, having a very good lifestyle. Let's discover that right now. Okay, so the interesting question now about the salary. How much can you earn in Vietnam as a foreign expat? So, of course, if you just arrive in Vietnam, you have to be flexible to negotiate the salary with the potential HR or person you're gonna work with. Let's say you are currently living in Paris, working in the IT field, and you earn 5K per month. Here in Vietnam, you can have an entry salary or maybe 3K per month. So you have to be willing to discount yourself a little bit, at least for 1 or 2 years. Then later, you can expect a way more important growth in terms of your career. I have some friends, they just started after 2-3 years of experience overseas, and here they could immediately be put as a managing position. They had 10, sometimes 15, 20 people under themselves to manage. So if you are someone who wanna take risk and come overseas to boost your career, Vietnam can be a good place for that. So now, how can you find a job in Vietnam? So you have usually the online approach. You have to go to different websites such as Vietnam Works. You have also Career Builder that lists the different jobs available right now, or you can take another angle and really be proactive and ping people. You for instance use LinkedIn, that is a professional social network. It's very used for corporate people in Vietnam, so you can try to find key decision makers in your business field. The other alternative that you also have is to physically come in Vietnam, go to some networking events and try to grow your connections and professional network. So this is the best tips you should try to implement today to find a job in Vietnam. So we finally come to the main pain points of foreigners who are looking into finding a job in Vietnam. It's how they can build their professional network, either online or offline. For instance, maybe you are currently still living overseas, maybe you don't know anything how it works in Vietnam, or maybe you would like to come here, but obviously because you don't have so much people that you know here, you may hesitate about coming here to look for opportunities. I was in your shoes a couple of years ago, and I took the decision to come to Asia to explore job and business opportunities. I had the first experience in Hong Kong, I went to Cambodia, and finally I'm living in Vietnam for more than 5 years. So now I'm gonna give you my key insights and how you should get started to maximize your job hunt in Vietnam. So I'm gonna take my bike for one last round, and I'm gonna bring you to Ça La, that is another interesting place in Ho Chi Minh City, and I will give you my key insights that you must know before leaving that video. So finding a job in Vietnam won't be easy. You have a lot of pitfalls. You can lose a lot of time by trying to look around, trying to talk to people that won't really be responsive. But right now I'm going to share with you 3 components that are very important from my experience. The first thing is that you can get lists of companies that are currently or that use to hire foreigner in your exact field. Then the second thing is also you need to get the right methodology. You need to understand how the market works here. How do you finally get your resume, in the top of the list of the potential HR of key decision makers of companies in Vietnam. And finally, you need to look professional. If I am in the eyes of a potential recruiter, if I see your profile online or if I have a first interaction with you, things need to be proper. So right now I'm going to go through the training that we provide on Move to Asia. It has been done with a headhunter based in Ho Chi Minh City. He hired hundreds of foreigners for locals and international companies in Vietnam. So let's dig into that. So as I mentioned, first you have the private list of companies. This is an updated list of all the companies that are currently or used to hire foreigners in Vietnam. This is exclusive and private, and we update it every month. So you're sure that you won't miss any job opportunities in Vietnam. This is organized by business sectors with confidential information such as the email address, the name of the managers, even telephone numbers when we have this information. So you show that you have an advantage over other candidates. The second thing is having the proven method that works. And we designed a training that is called the 7 days to find a job in Vietnam with my partner who is an expert in recruitment based in Ho Chi Minh City. And he's disclosing all his secrets from a headhunter based in Vietnam. This is a practical approach that you have to implement. It has been tested and effective for numbers of expats. So the only thing is that you have to do is follow the training, click pause, and then just apply the tips that the headhunter is providing you. By the end of the day, you will already have submitted your first job application. Now, the third thing that may be also relevant for specific people is having courses to be sure that you will catch the attention of potential recruiters. First, you have to improve your job application through preparing your resume and your LinkedIn profile. Then you have to use a proven email templates and LinkedIn invitation to connect fast to the key decision makers of the companies you are targeting, and you need to avoid mistakes. And finally, by implementing that, you will succeed in your first job interview by being catchy, by showing your motivation, and by being able to be flexible in terms of salary expectations, as well as coming physically to Vietnam to pass your first job interviews. So you see that training is very complete. It has a lot of information. We've been working weeks to gather all those information, and this is updated. So if you are interested into learning more or signing up to find a job in Vietnam, I will put everything below in the description. Or if you are right now to the page of that training, I really encourage you to read all the information that are down below on that page to learn more about how Move to Asia can help you to find a job in Vietnam. So I'm truly excited to see more and more foreigners coming to Vietnam in the next upcoming months. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of smart people that are going to see this challenging time as an opportunity to really implement some baby step, maybe book a flight ticket, come here physically to Vietnam to meet some potential HR and key decision maker of companies, and potentially some of them will be able to find their dream job in Vietnam. If you enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up. Check also below in the description different resources and information to learn more about that. If you have any question, feel free to leave your comments down below, and I see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.
Been down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like